Today I'm going to show you how you can set up your Qualtrics survey to force the respondent to log in with their Colby username and password, and then automatically collect information about the respondent like first name, last name, email address, and username. So here in my Qualtrics dashboard, I'll scroll down to my example survey and I'll click on its title to edit it. So here in the survey editor you can see that I have two questions, but I also have two blocks. Your survey may only have one block or it may have several, but I just wanted to set up a survey that has multiple blocks because that's going to play an important role in a minute. So above my survey editor I've got the survey flow button, so I'll go ahead and click on that to edit the survey flow. So here are the two blocks I mentioned a second ago. So what we need to do is add a new block to force authentication. So I'm going to click this link here for add a new element, and I'm going to choose Authenticator. So here from this menu, I'm going to click on the drop-down for panel and choose SSO, which stands for Single Sign-On, which is the authentication type we use here at Colby. I'm going to uncheck the Associate Respondent with Panel and instead check Capture Respondent Identifying Information. And the SSO type we use here at Colby is not token, it's shibboleth. So go ahead and click on the drop-down and choose shibboleth. So now I need to add the embedded data that I want to capture. It consists of two parts, a label and then the code for the value we want to capture. Here is a listing of the different codes we can use here at Colby. So here's the code for username, email address, first name, and last name. So let me go ahead and fill out some of these here. So this is just a label, so it can contain text or numbers or spaces or whatever. And if you want to add more than one, you click this blue plus sign. So I'll also capture email address and first name and last name. So now that I've got all the labels in there, I'll just go ahead and copy and paste these codes. Each one does start with the letters URN and ends with a number, so I'll just copy that out, paste it in here for username, copy the code out for email address, paste that in here, first name, copy that out and paste it in the appropriate field, and then the last one is username or last name, so I'll copy that out and paste it down here for last name. So now I've got all of the labels and the codes where they need to go, but the survey flow starts with this first question block. And so what I need to do is put both of these question blocks below this authentication block so that this is the first thing that happens when somebody clicks on the link. So in order to do that, I will put my mouse over the move link and click and drag it and put it below the authentication block, and as you notice, as I get close to the space below it, it indicates that it's going to be indented, meaning that the person who takes the survey first has to pass this block by authenticating before they're shown this block. So I'll do the same thing for this one and put it down here. So now my block first is the authentication block, and before they can continue to these other blocks, they have to first pass this. So now I'll click Save Flow. So let me show you what this looks like. So I'll go ahead and go to the Launch Survey button and copy out this web address. And here in this other window, I'll paste it in. And so when I go to take the survey, I'm first asked to log in with my Colby username and password. And if it's successful, I am then presented with the next question block. And so what's happened is I never filled out any information about my username or first name or last name or email address, but it was automatically collected. And let me show you what that looks like. So when you export your Qualtrics data to say Excel, the first few columns are automatically generated by Qualtrics. But then after V10, you get out here, and these are those authentication blocks that I put in there. So username, email address, first name, and last name. And this was automatically recorded just by me authenticating. So that's how you can set up your Qualtrics survey to require Colby authentication and automatically collect information about the respondent.